Hi yogis, thanks for joining me today. Hi Sonia, thanks for checking in. Who else is there? Let me know. And if it's your first time here, or if you're new to yoga, you might want to give me a heads up. So I won't turn it up too much. But if you like the heat, then yeah, by all means, don't let me know. It would be great to hear from you anyway. So stay after the stream if you want to have a little chat. For the practice, where you might need a strap, it will come in handy, and a block. If you haven't got the yoga props, then you can use a big book, instead of a strap, a scarf or an old t-shirt. So make sure that you stay hydrated. And let's begin. Okay, so let's find a comfortable seated position. But if your energy levels call you to lie down, then it's perfectly fine, you can do that too. Softly close your eyes and turn your attention inward. So check how your weight is distributed. Just notice what parts of your body you're engaging. So wave a little bit of length in your spine so that you're sitting nice and upright. Begin to draw your belly button in to support the foundation. You've got a solid core. Relax the shoulders. Perhaps you want to roll them down and squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit to facilitate a breathing and expansion in your chest. Soften your forehead, your jaw, and observe what's happening in your body, in your mind, on the emotional landscape. Observe the quality of your thoughts. And then tune into your breath. So you might observe that your breath is deep and long. You might observe that you're actually breathing in a more shallow way. Your breath is quite rapid. Just take it all in. And tune into your spiritual heart center. So ask yourself, why did you roll out the mat today? What is it that you would like to work towards today? And whatever it is that you would like to cultivate, take a compassionate and kind approach. So Rome wasn't built in a day, and whether it's splits or patience, it won't happen overnight. So if you're not naturally a patient person, then you need to extend the space between the stimulus or stimuli and your response. So where your natural tendency would be to react in a, perhaps a passive-aggressive way, or if you get frustrated easily, then by creating the space between you react, you can choose how you will respond. So similarly, in the practice, observe what your natural tendency is, if you're doing well, or in your eyes, if you're not doing well enough. And try to see yourself through the lens of compassion, celebrating the work you're putting in, rather than focusing on what you are yet to achieve or on the destination. Just find contentment following your journey, and don't let anyone else's journey be your own. Now take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let go of attachment, and then softly open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to start with Kapalabhati breathing. It's a great way to engage and activate your deep core muscles, and I think that it's just really crucial to keep that engagement through the core, because even if you're not doing positions like arm balances or where it's absolutely crucial that you do that, it's good to tune into the pelvic cavity and keep the connection with your core. So as everything is interlinked in the body, and mind, body, and soul, etc. Then even in like Tadasana, then you need to keep that engagement so the whole body is connected rather than just letting your belly do whatever it wants. So for this reason, we're probably going to be doing Kapalabhati more. So we're going to do 3 rounds of 36. If at any point you feel dizzy or it just doesn't feel right, it's perfectly fine to stop, and you can continue with your Ujjayi breathing. And if that's something new to you, just stay and quietly observe the natural rhythm of your breath with your eyes closed. So a quick reminder for Kapalabhati, we forcefully exhale and then relax the abdominal wall and muscles, so the inhalation happens naturally. And then again, exhale with force and then release. So if you want to close your eyes, take a deep breath in, slow breath out, and we go first round. Inhale, exhale, find grounding and release, and let's go again. Inhale, exhale, let go. And one more round if you want to. Inhale, exhale, and follow the natural rhythm of your breath, noticing any changes, any shifts, and simply observing current state of affairs. And then softly open your eyes. You can switch the cross of your legs if you want to. And as you inhale, bring the arms up and over your head. So set the shoulder blades, so hook them against the back of your ribs and slide them down. But keep reaching the fingertips up. Your fingers are spread wide, your belly is drawn in. You draw the rib cage in as well, so allow the whole midsection of your body to contract. Look up. Now hold it here for 5. Keep the belly engaged. 4, 3, nearly there. 2, 1. And as you exhale, twist towards right. Left hand on the right knee. Find engagement through the core, wavelength through the spine, and then as you exhale, see how far your body wants to go. Just remember to initiate the twist from your belly. And squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. Relax your shoulders. Perhaps you want to look past your right shoulder. And then as you inhale, bring the arms up and over your head, squeeze your belly. And as you exhale, twist the other way. So long spine, belly strong, and then we twist. So see if you can feel the twist all the way around your spine. Visualize what's happening to your organs. Visualize how the diaphragm is working as you breathe into the chest, your belly's engaged. And perhaps you want to deepen the twist by looking over the left shoulder. Then as you inhale, come back to the center. Just do a little wave. Just shake it all out and grab your strap. So yes, we're gonna do shoulder flossing. You know how good it is for you. And already you might want to make a tiny hoop or loop or a little tiny lasso. That will be for your foot later, so then you don't need to. So I assume everyone knows how to work with the strap. Once you're there, I'm gonna come up onto the knees in a toe squat, so make sure the pinky toes are down there as well. Start wide and make sure to keep the belly drawn in and hands in one line for the whole duration of the movement. So as you inhale, bring the arms up and over the head, exhale, bring it down. So fluid, slow movements, making sure the hands are level. So if you feel like when you bring your arms up, down, like there's tugging on one side and you've probably gone too short, so you might want to make the strap wider and keep going. Use your Ujjayi breath to help you stay through the challenging moments. Keep an equanimous mind and observe sensations. So whether it's pulling, it's burning, or it feels like it's releasing, it's all sensations. Try to let go of the attachment to what's good and bad. Unless it's pain, then obviously you don't want that. Then you were missing the point. So keep going, lubricate the shoulder joint, and perhaps you want to make it a bit more narrow, so you get your shoulders out of their comfort zone. You know, so general rule of thumb, if you wince, then it worked. 3 more times. Keep the belly engaged. Doing 1 more. And then gently release. You might want to shake the shoulders out. Come down into your hands and release the feet. So pat the tops of your feet against the mat. And we're gonna come again. So this time, still on toe squat, but inhale, open your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades and lift the center of your chest up. As you exhale, round your back, spreading the shoulder blades. So twice more like this. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round, so like cat and cow. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, arch your back. So 1 more inhale here. And then as you exhale, thread your right arm underneath the left where elbows meet. And then see if you can double wrap. If not, then it's fine. You can just turn the hands in together. So for Garuda arms. So from here, you want to bring the hands away from you and lift the elbows up. Squeeze your belly. Calm and steady breathing. Send your breath to your shoulders, releasing any tightness, any density. Lift the shoulders, the elbows up, keep the shoulders down. 1 more round of breath. And then gently release. I always find I need to do it super carefully when I come out because my shoulders are so tight. All right, let's do the other side. So left arm underneath the right. Perhaps you double wrap. And don't force it because both sides may be a lot different. So check what's going on, and then pull their hands away from you and gently begin to lift the elbows up. Work with your body, not against it. Squeeze your belly. Cultivate a peaceful and compassionate attitude. So towards yourself, towards your shoulders. They're doing the best they can. Lift your arms up just a little bit, keeping the shoulders down. Exhale any tension. One more round of breath. And then gently release. If you want to, you can pat your feet out. We've got one more thing to do. So coming back into toe squat. It should be your favorite thing by now, because you know how often I do it. So bring the hand, left hand to the left shoulder, lift the elbow up, and holding on to the elbow, keep pulling it down. So try to keep the elbow in line with the shoulder. Draw your lower ribs in, lift your head up, your chin up. Squeeze your belly. And then release the other side. Observe what's going on. Pay attention to your attitude, to any thought patterns, any emotions that arise. And then gently release. I want to shake it out. Bring the arms over your head. Hook the shoulder blade. Squeeze the elbows together. Fingers spread wide. And then clench your fist and then fling your fingers. So keep doing that. Belly drawn in. Your biceps are by your ears. So this will strengthen your wrists and forearms and make all the chaturangas really enjoyable. So we're getting strong. Observe what's happening. Your arms are fatiguing. It's fine. Keep going. Keep going. Don't run away from it. Just a little bit more. 3, 2, squeeze your belly. 1, and release. I didn't know what was worse, my forearms fatiguing or my feet. My feet started being really loud. Okay, brilliant. Calm down onto your back. Today I learned a really cool core activation exercise that will prepare you for handstand. Don't worry, we won't be doing handstands today, but trying to cultivate a deeper awareness of what's happening in the core. Huh? Always forget about this. All right. So start in constructive rest pose. Legs are bent. You can bring the hands on your hips if that will help you. And press your lower back into the mat. So it's like you tilt your pelvis backwards as though you're moving up into bridge, but without actually doing it. So tilt your hips forward and back just to feel what's happening. So if you tilt your hips forward, you should have a bigger gap between the mat and your lower back. And then if you press them back, you should be pretty glued in this area. But obviously, depending like how archy your back naturally is, so just have a little play. So moving the hips forward and back, keeping the belly drawn in. Okay, so now we stay pressing the lower back into the mat, so pelvis is tilted backward. And then we begin to extend the legs. So you see, it's a lot harder to do that. So flex your feet and focus on pressing the lower back into the mat. So keep the belly engaged, feet are flexed. Keep squeezing and then extend your arms above your head. So keep that engagement. If you're not feeling it, you're cheating, because I can really feel it. So tilt your pelvis backwards as though you're lifting the tailbone off the mat for bridge. Squeeze for another 5, 4, squeeze, you're doing great. 3, just a little bit more, squeeze your belly. 2, and just a little bit more. 1, and release. So that doesn't look like anything is happening, but it's actually really hard. Okay, bend your legs and cross your right leg over the left. Flex your foot, we're coming into supine pigeon. So just for now, keep bringing forward and out your right leg, feeling what's happening in the hips. So talk to your hips, how open do they feel? Is there any tightness? If so, where? But without making a story around it. Then pushing the knee out, lift your left leg up and either hold it the back of the thigh, or if you feel really stretchy and open, you can hold the front of the shin. Keep the right foot flexed. And just find the place where you can work with your edges, where you can blur them without forcing your body to come into a shape. So sometimes, you know, you can be here, but you're really like holding onto the leg, you're lifting the shoulder blades, and actually you can still work on energetically pushing the knee away from you and opening up through the hips whilst keeping your arms, your shoulders loose and relaxed. Keep your belly squeezed in, engage your pelvic floor. Then either stay here or bring the entire leg over for supine gomukhasana and hold your ankles or your shins. And the same way, keep pulling the legs towards you. Your navel is close to the spine, so you're really keeping yourself all tight and hugging it all in. Calm and steady breath. Imagine the tissues releasing with a long exhalation. Long ujjayi breathing. And then gently release the legs, swap the cross. So we're starting with supine pigeon, cross the left leg over the right, and first bring the knee towards you and then extend your hip and externally rotate it too. So see what's going on. So this hip doesn't really want to talk to me that much, but this one is more of a quiet type. My left hip is a lot more open than my right, and that's okay. Maybe it will change one day, maybe not. Okay, when you're ready, set for your pigeon, flex your foot, push the left knee out and lift your legs up. So check where you want to go. Remember, you can always change. So nothing is set in stone. And you know how I always say, see where you can engage more and where you can release. So this is a prime example. I just said that you don't want to be using too much muscular engagement through the arms or the shoulders. But where you could be engaging is energetically pushing the left knee out. So see if that means anything, if you can translate it into any motion, and don't worry if not. Either stay here or cross the left leg over the right and grab hold of your ankles or shins for Supta Gomukhasana. Pull the legs towards you and have a little play. Maybe changing the angle of your legs will help you tap into the juicy spots. I mean, to be fair, nothing is juicy about this position, sticky at best. Stay with your breath. Observe your thoughts and emotions in a non-judgmental way. And then gently release the legs. Bring the knees up towards your chest. Do 3 circles upwards, keeping the movement fluid, connecting to your hips and your pelvis. And then extend your legs out. So keep the engagement through the abdominal corset, pressing the lower back into the mat, and you might want to slide your hand closer towards your bum just to make it a little bit easier. If you can't keep the legs straight like this much, you can keep them further away or even bend them a little bit, but as long as you're pressing the lower back into the mat. Okay, so we're dropping the legs by like three sets, and then bringing them all the way back out. So take an inhale and exhale, drop them by 25 degrees or 15. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything to me, so just drop them in like 3 increments. Inhale, exhale, drop, keep the lower back pressing into the mat. Inhale, exhale, drop, hold it, and inhale, come back all the way. Stay here, check what's going on, engage your abdominals. Inhale, exhale, drop, inhale, exhale, drop, squeeze your belly. Inhale, exhale, drop, and inhale all the way up. One more round. Inhale, exhale, drop and squeeze. Inhale, exhale, drop and squeeze. Inhale, exhale, drop and squeeze, and inhale all the way up. Now we're gonna hold it. Inhale, drop and squeeze, and hold it. Inhale, drop and squeeze if you can. Keep pressing the lower back into the mat. Hold it, squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your abdominals, squeeze your pelvic floor. Inhale, and then exhale, drop it. Just one more. This is the last one, I promise. Squeeze it, shake, and then release. I can take a full body stretch. And roll yourself up and transition into tabletop. So then grab your block and keep it on the preferably medium setting or the lowest one. This one becomes a bit wobbly for Anahatasana on the puppy pose. So try to keep the hips over the knees, hands on the block, and then you drop your forehead down. You might need to walk your knees out a little bit. You should feel something happening around your shoulder blades. Keep pushing the hands into the block. Surrender into the pose. Keep dropping the chest down. Squeeze your belly. One more round of breath. And then as you inhale, you can push yourself up and walk your knees in. For now, we don't need the block. Come into tabletop. Fingers spread wide, pressing down through the fingertips and the base of the knuckle and the index fingers. And as you inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, round your back, squeeze your belly. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round your back. Inhale to come forward. And then exhale, round your back and stay. So squeeze your belly, protract the shoulders, keep pushing the mat away with your hands, your knees, the tops of your feet, and either stay here or shift your shoulders past your wrists. And if you want to, you can lift the knees off the mat. Bring them down. Lift them up, bring them down, lift them up and hold it here. Squeeze your belly. Keep pushing down through the fingertips, knuckles, and bring it down. Slide back for child's pose. Flip your palms up. And go where it feels good. Keep the knees together. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Your belly's engaged. And then as you inhale, come back into tabletop. So with an inhalation, bring the right arm up, open through the chest. Exhale, thread the arm through. Drop the shoulder, drop the side of your head. Squeeze your belly. One round of breath here. So you inhale, come back into tabletop. Switching sides. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Slide your hips to the left. Squeeze your belly. Notice where you can feel the twist. And then as you inhale, come back into tabletop. So tuck your toes under and push back into down dog. Pedal the feet if you need to. I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths. So keep wrapping your biceps in to spread the shoulder blades and lift your hips up rather than focusing on bringing the heels down. So you want to find as much elongation through the back as you can. Draw your navel closer to the spine. Calm and steady breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. In and out. Now step your right foot through between the hands and drop your left knee down. Foot is flat. Inhale, come up and shift your hips forward and down. So you inhale, bring the arms over the head, and as you exhale, draw a big circle with your arms. Twice more. Inhale, exhale, in and out. Take one more inhale here, and as you exhale, slide the hips back, flexing the right foot for hamstring stretch. So sink your right hip down, fold over the right leg. Keep your belly squeezed in, your back is long. So it's not about bringing the head as close to the leg, but actually elongating through the back. As you inhale, come forward, and then we're gonna switch for a gate pose. So you can spin on your left knee to extend the right leg out. And if that wasn't clear enough, just come into this position so the left hip is over the knee and the right leg is out. So as you inhale, bring the left arm up, and as you exhale, lean to the right, sliding the right hand down the leg. Keep the belly engaged. So feel the stretch all the way from the left hip joint through to the fingertips. Look up if you fancy a balance. And then as you come down, you want to square the foot, so like it's facing the same way as your body, and you sink your hips down. So you should feel something happening around the inner, around the thigh, around the hip joint. And then as you inhale, come up, and then we transition back into downward facing dog. Then step the left foot between the hands, drop the right knee, and easy come up. Drop your hips, observe what's happening in the right hip. And then as you inhale, bring the arms up and elongate, lift up from the hips. And as you exhale, you can bring the hands together and hook the shoulder blades against the back of your ribs and lift your chest up for a mini back bend. Keep sinking the hips down, your glutes are engaged. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down, sliding back for Ardha Hanumanasana. So long spine, hinging at the hips, and direct your belly button to the top of the left thigh. Calm and steady breathing, equanimous mind, releasing any tension. And with a patient attitude, you give your body, yourself the space to grow, to let go without forcing anything. And then as you inhale, shift forward and into gate pose. So I'd be here. I'm gonna switch so you can see me. And so right hip is over the knee, and extend your left leg out, the foot is flexed. Inhale your right arm up, long side of your body, and as you exhale, lean to the left. So rotate your chest out. We don't want to come here, but be here. Just open up the space between your ribs as you breathe in. Your belly is engaged. And the next inhalation, come back up. Root your foot down and begin to slide your hips back. So you might not be able to go all the way, and it's fine. Work with your own edges. Step out of your own comfort zone. Keep the outside of the left foot engaged. And then as you inhale, come back up, whichever way you like. Transition into down dog. So settle. And notice how much more space there is, or isn't. Then as you inhale, roll over into plank, feet together, squeeze the legs together. Protract your shoulders, squeeze your belly. So push from the shoulders, but use your entire body to lift up and hold yourself in this position. So squeeze your butt. Breathe. Observe sensations, burning and shaking. That's also sensations. One more round of breath, you've got it. And then drop your knees down and shift all the way down onto your belly. Hands in front of you, coming for Sphinx. So push the tops of the feet into the mat, open through the chest. Keep your belly engaged and pull your arms, so as though you're coming into zombie pull. As though you wanted to drag yourself across the floor. Stay with your breath. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, release and come down all the way. Hands by your low ribs. As you inhale, come up into cobra or up dog. Exhale into down dog. Now bring the left foot slightly closer towards the right, so like in the middle. And then inhale your right leg up. Stay here. Spread your shoulder blades, push evenly through the hands. Lift the right foot a little bit higher up. And then bend your right leg and roll the hip out. So keep the shoulders square. Lifting the right knee up. See how far you can bring the right leg lengthening through the right side of the body. Inhale to re-extend, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the right knee behind the right wrist and spin so the foot will be underneath the left hip. So we're coming for pigeon. So here you might want to have the block to help you with integrity of the pose, so you're not like on one hip or the other. If there's any issue with the knee, then you can just do the version on your back like we did at the beginning. So have a little play. So first of all, just with your hands down, slide your hips from side to side, keep the belly engaged. And then if you feel like you need it, then you slide the block underneath the right hip, so you've got that extra bit of support. And even if you think you don't need it, you might want to try what it's like. I usually start with it, and then once my body is kind of like, okay, yeah, then you can remove it and then, you know, see what happens. So maybe we can all start with a block. And then we're going to do a few waves in pigeon. So like we normally do in cobra, so on the fingertips. Inhale, extend your spine, and exhale, bring yourself down. Twice more. Inhale, exhale. One more time. In, and exhale, stay. So now what we're going to do is that you press down through the right leg, keep the belly squeezed in, and roll the shoulders down. Bring the fingertips down and keep pulling the hands down. Just for a couple of breaths. And then, depending how much space you've got, you can bring the arms behind so the thumbs are facing back and very gently pulse. Can really feel my shoulders right now because I did it yesterday, but it's really good for you. And then bring yourself back down, remove the block, tuck your back toes and step back into plank. Take an inhale here and exhale, protract the shoulders. How good does it feel to be in plank right now? Inhale. And exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale into down dog. Right foot in the middle. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. So press down through the fingertips. Check your foundation in your hands. Your right kneecap is lifting. And bring the left foot a little bit higher up. Then exhale, bend that leg and roll out through the hip. Keep pushing down through the hands. Lift the left knee up. One more inhale here. Re-extend the leg. And then as you exhale, bring the knee behind the left wrist. So slide the foot underneath the right hip. Check that the back leg is straight. And perhaps without the block, just for now, slide your hips from side to side. Yeah, so this is my hip that's a lot more eager to do pigeon or any hip stuff. But it's still good to check what's going on. Where do I feel more freedom? Okay, so then grab your block and gently prop yourself up. Check that the back leg is straight. Stay in the fingertips. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Open through the chest. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale. So this time as you come up, push down through the left shin. So you've got engagement through the pelvic floor. And then inhale your arms up. So biceps by your ears. Keep reaching the hands up. And bring the hands down. Remove the block. Push further from the shoulders into plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, stay. How good does it feel? Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your belly. Inhale. And then as you exhale, chaturanga into up dog. And then down dog. So stay here. Walk the feet towards your hands. So slowly. And exhale, folding at the hips. Come into forward fold. Clasp the opposite elbow. And with each inhalation, you find a bit more length. And as you exhale, you find a bit more space. To fold forward, to lengthen through the back. More space between the stimulus and your response. So simply observing what's going on, and then you can wave from side to side. Release the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale into fold. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then with a strong back, as you inhale, come up all the way to extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands down for Tadasana. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, extended. Exhale into fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step back into down dog. Inhale your right leg up. And as you exhale, open up through the hip. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale, coming into pigeon on the right side. So see if you want to use the block for this, you can, or you don't have to. Check that the back leg is straight. Have a little wiggle so you can settle here. You can keep the foot flexed. Push down through the right leg. And stay here. You can extend your arms out. Keep the belly drawn in. Bring the hands down. So then, if you've made a little hoop, then you can bend your left leg and bring it over the foot. So then, keep the strap super long, and we work on opening through the chest. So you walk the hands closer towards the foot. Stay here, pushing down through the legs, opening through the chest. Keep an equanimous mind, it doesn't matter what the shape looks like. Then gently begin to release the foot. Take the loop off. Step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Slowly walk the feet towards your hands, pushing down through the hands, the knuckles and the fingertips. Exhale into fold. Inhale, up to extended. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, extended. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend and open up through the hip. Inhale, re-extend. And exhale, coming into pigeon on the other side. So grab the block if you need to. Check the back leg is straight. Have a little wiggle so you know where to settle. Push down through the legs and inhale your arms up. And then you can interlace the fingers behind and open up through the chest, lifting the elbows up. Bring the arms down. And we're going to come into Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. I think I said it right. So it's the king pigeon pose. Bend the right leg. Put the hoop over the foot and then begin to open up through the shoulder and the chest. So as though you're putting something over your shoulder, like a handbag or a backpack, and walk your hands on the strap towards the foot. You see you want to bring the arms behind you. Squeeze your belly. Calm and steady breathing. Use your ujjayi. Then gently release. Take the strap and put it away. Step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale into child's pose. So knees together or wide apart. Relax your shoulders, your hands. Notice your thoughts, or perhaps a stillness in your mind. And then as you inhale, come forward and bring the legs in front of you. So you might want to slide your hips back to help you like move the flesh, but without actually doing it manually. So we're not exposing the hamstrings too much. So feet together and bring the hands down by your hips. Roll the shoulders back and down. Feet together for Dandasana. Squeeze your belly. Just hold it here for a moment. Pushing down through the hands. And then release. Then waving length through the chest. Begin to fold over the legs. You can grab hold of the legs, the feet. You can use a strap if you've got it handy, but you want to keep the spine long. Your shoulders fairly relaxed. And folding at the hips, see how far your body wants you to go. Breathe into the back of your heart. And drop your head down. And then as you inhale, come up, roll the shoulders back and down. So one more thing, I feel like our shoulders are still open. This should be fairly easy. Probably not easy, but accessible. So bring the feet hip width apart and fingers behind you facing the same way as your feet. So here we're coming into reverse tabletop. So roll the shoulders back and down, squeeze your belly, and as you inhale, shift your hips up. So squeeze your glutes, keep pushing the hips up. Breathe. If you want to, you can tip the head all the way back to open up through the throat chakra, center of communication. It governs self-expression. Squeeze it. And then exhale, come down. You're gonna come up twice more, just for a breath. Inhale up, shift the hips up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then shake your arms out, bringing the legs together. You can hug them. Drop your head down. And then slowly release, rolling your spine down for Shavasana. Feet flop away from each other, palms up. Revisit your intention or the reason why you rolled your mat out today. Observe your breath. See if anything has shifted from when we started the practice to now. And you know, if it's a positive experience, it's great, but if you're not feeling any better to how you were at the beginning of the practice, it's also fine, as long as you have the awareness. It's an observation of your state of mind, your state of emotions. See if you've managed to let go of any preconceived ideas about postures, if you let go of expectations towards yourself or your practice. Because I remember one of my first yoga classes I went to, I felt immensely better when I came out. I was so chilled, it was unbelievable. And then the week after I went to a class, I had a foul mood and I left the class feeling worse. And I remember I was really angry and frustrated. And I said the yoga doesn't work, but it's about letting go of a goal, letting go of destination, and focusing on the here and now. So follow your breath, deep inhalations, slow, relaxing exhalations. In and out. Start slowly reawakening your body and bringing your awareness back to your surroundings. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side, pause for a moment, reacquainting with your physical body, and bring yourself back into a comfortable seat with your eyes closed. Bring the hands at your heart and bow your head, expressing gratitude for keeping a non-judgmental, non-critical attitude throughout the practice, for letting go of attachment to the goal, thanking your body for all the wonderful things it does for you. And let's close this practice with one round of Om. Let the vibrations wash over you, feeling connected to yourself, to one another, and then softly open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste. So how are you feeling? How's the King Pigeon pose? It's a beast. I find it really hard. So let me know what you think. I hope that made it just a little bit more accessible. Hello, yes, for any questions, please do post them here or DM me. I love hearing from you. So King Pigeon or Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So it's Eka means one, Pada means foot, Raja means king, and Kapota means pigeon, and asana is posture. So it doesn't exactly roll easily off the tongue, but it's great if you want to combine openness through the hips and the shoulders. I find it very challenging. I'm curious to hear what you think. Oh, hey, Krinia. Oh, you feel beautiful because you are beautiful. Beautiful inside and out. So yeah, it's quite challenging, not just from the physical aspect, but definitely can be challenging emotionally, because we store any frustrations, disappointments, everything emotion-wise in our hips. So then when you start releasing them, then you might, I don't know, feel a bit tearful sometimes, because then you actually, instead of like repressing emotions, then you allow them to be and experience them in a healthy way, which isn't what we normally do on a daily basis, because we were taught that it's not okay to experience emotions exactly how we should, because it's sometimes viewed as weak. So then when you practice, then things can surface up that you didn't even know they were coming. And then if you combine that with heart openers, then again, you open up, you let go of any like past frustrations, wounds, and hurtful memories, so that you can experience the world with an open heart and give and receive more love and joy. So let me know your thoughts, and yeah, hopefully you'll come back. Where is the pain when you come into toe squat? Because if it's muscular, if it's like then it's something you can work with. It just means that the plantar fascia and the foot is really tight. When I was younger, I used to wear heels every single day, and I used to walk to work for like 20 minutes. And now it's like, it's unimaginable for me. But wearing inappropriate footwear then causes obviously tension in the fascia. So this is really good for everyone, not just people who wear heels. Sonia, so if you found pinching in your lower back in the pigeon, you need to engage your abdominal muscles more, so including like the deep core muscles, because they wrap around and they support holding your body, holding your weight in a certain position. So I always find that if there's any pinching in like cobra, sphinx, upward dog or pigeon, it means that I'm not engaging my belly. So definitely Kapalabhati for you, and every single time, yeah, just keep engagement through your belly throughout the practice. You know how, so some of my colleagues may not agree with me, but they say that, you know, when they like, oh, you know, suck your belly in and stuff like that, then it's, the connotations are bad, because we should be embracing what we look like, etc. And it's fine, it's fair enough, but I think that, and one of my GPs, one of my colleagues is also a GP, they said that people struggle with breathing properly because they keep their belly sucked in for too long. So you need to be able to relax, so then the diaphragm can move easily, and which then in turn induces relaxation. So that's why we should encourage people to use belly breathing. But I think that if you engage your belly for like an hour or 45 minutes for the yoga practice, that's not gonna have a negative effect, but actually will support you in the poses. The question is if you, not you particularly, but if anyone, you know, sucks their belly in to live up to certain expectations, then that's something obviously that they should rethink. But yeah, so for the time being, I'm definitely in favor of keeping the belly engaged throughout the whole practice, because even when you stand in Tadasana, then you can feel more connection, more firming, and establishing the groundedness through the entire body, rather than keeping engagement through the legs, you know, through the shoulders, and then this middle section is kind of loose. So I hope it made sense, but I know I tend to ramble, so if it didn't, let me know and I'll try to prepare something more cohesive. Oh, hey Sandra, you did the wrong yoga. You did the Thursday one. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Well, never mind. You can do this one tomorrow and let me know what you think, because Pigeon is a beast. But it happens, don't worry. Oh, that's amazing. I'm really pleased that you mentioned the bowl, because I was worried that you can't hear it like very well, because it's different when it's right here, and obviously I can feel the vibrations. But it's amazing that you can hear it well enough. Oh, well done, Sandra. You did it for the whole hour, and so clearly tomorrow you should do today's practice to complement you know, the Thursday class. Funny length toes, but I think that my toes are really long. Like I don't know, because they're proportionate, but at the same time I think they're really long. So your toes hurt, but then again, is it like a muscle being being stretched, or is it like bone on bone connection? Because if it's bone on bone, then it's not tension, it's like constriction, and you don't want that. But if it's like a stretch, you know, like we do hamstring stretches, then it's something that you can work with. It just means that there's a lot of tension accumulated. Some research have found that it takes 2 years for yoga to make any shifts in their fascia network. So yeah, when I said that Rome wasn't built in a day, it takes at least 2 years to actually target the fascia. So it's the connective tissue, you know, that like, you know, you've got chicken, you've got that slimy white thing. So that's fascia, and it's everywhere around the body. So yeah, keep paying attention to that. And then again, it's another thing that you deepen your yoga practice by becoming more aware to the finer sensations, and then you can distinguish what's discomfort, what's density, but actually tension and tightness, rather than lack of mobility. But you know, it all takes time, and yoga really is a never-ending journey. Yay, Sandra, you go with Kapalabhati breath. And I did Kapalabhati today at the beginning for you as well. But, you know, but because I didn't from you at the beginning if you were there, but I thought you're probably gonna do the class later on anyway. So yeah, keep on trying with the Kapalabhati. It's not an easy one. Like today, I felt it wasn't particularly like the rhythmical, but it's just one of the things. And if you ever start feeling like dizzy or just doesn't feel right, then don't do it. You can do Ujjayi breathing and really focus on keeping an engagement through the belly and engaging the muscles at the back of your throat. So that will also warm your body up. And check out my YouTube channel. So we've nearly got all of the videos for the Pranayama Chronicles. There's only Bhastrika that we need to release. So check it out tomorrow and let me know what you think. Oh, yay, that's amazing. So yeah, really great to hear from you. I love your energy. Don't forget about the Zoom class on Sundays, which is a little bit more interactive because I can hear what you say instead of typing, and I can see exactly what you're doing, because sometimes it's nice to be corrected, you know, sometimes it's nice to remain unseen. I totally get that. But if you would like to have a little bit more interaction with me, then go to bookwen.com/yoga-with-mags or head to my Facebook page for the link. The meditation space, for those of you who have expressed their interest, will be on the 27th of June, 12 till 1:15, and it's bookable through Natalia's Bookwen, which is also available on my Facebook page. So if you'd like to learn some techniques, how to shake off the excess of energy, to be able to sit still and quiet for, you know, longer than 30 seconds, then I wholeheartedly recommend it, even if I say so. Yeah, it would be great if you could join us. Otherwise, if you'd like to see anything here, if you've got any requests, please let me know. I love hearing from you. Thanks for being here. And I will see you on Sunday, hopefully. So take care, have a lovely evening. Mwah.